In this video we will be speedrunning Max Verstappen's racing career across 3 different sims. I will be showing you some onboard footage as well as explaining what he did in that given period. Let's go! So we're starting off in a super realistic sim called Kart Racing Pro, which looks like a potato but its physics are absolutely amazing. The kart we're in is a CRG mini kart with a 60cc 2-stroke engine, similar to what Max drove in his early days. Also, we're at Karting Gang, his home track and one of my personal favorites as well. He started practicing in these types of karts at just 4 years old and he started competing at just 6. He drove these mini karts from 2006 to 2009 across multiple championships per year and managed to win 9 different national and regional karting championships. The most insane thing is, in 2006 and in 2007 he won every race he competed in. What an absolute mini Chad. Alright, so up next we have the senior Rotax Max kart, which is similar to what he drove from 2010 up until 2012. Again we are on the CRG chassis as he is now an official CRG factory team driver. At this point in time he started moving towards European and worldwide championships, mainly in the Rotax Minimax, KF3 and KF2 categories, in which he again basically won everything he raced in, with a few exceptions. Also, in 2013 he did a one-off race in the European Rotax Max Challenge in the senior Rotax category, which is the same category that I currently race in. A link to one of my own races in the top right hand corner right now. Go check it out if you're curious. Alright, new game. This is KartKraft, a beautiful preview game with questionable physics. We are now in a KZ class, 50 horsepower and 6 gears. Also, we are now on a laser scanned version of Karting Gang, which comes pretty close to the real thing in my opinion. 2013 would be Verstappen's last year in karting. He raced in the KZ class, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now, and in the KF1 class, which was the fastest non-gearbox class at the time. Again, he competed in World and European Championships, of which he won all the titles but one, and that was the KF World Championship. However, with all these titles he racked up over the years, he looked well on his way to be the next big thing in the world of motorsport. So in 2014 it was time to move to cars, and he moved to F3 with Van Amersfoort Racing. As you can see, we are now on AC, so all the cars you will be seeing from now on are mods, some of which are quite terrible. So please take them all with a grain of salt. In 2014 Max raced in the Florida Winter Series, European F3 Championship, Masters of Formula 3 and the Macau Grand Prix, in which he didn't set a result, got P3, P1 and P7 respectively. Very impressive for your first year in cars. Also, he started a nice little rivalry with a certain French guy by the name of Esteban Ocon in the European F3 series, which definitely didn't cause their crash at the 2018 Brazilian Grand Prix. And oh yeah, by the way, the track we're at is called the Norris Ring, which is a pretty funny track. And in 2014 he also did his first test with Formula 1, but I forgot to include that, so on to the next one. Okay, so now we're entering terrible mod territory. In 2015 Max moved to Formula 1 with Toro Rosso. At only 17 years old at the start of the season and 16 years old at the time of signing his contract, his move to F1 was the first of many controversies Max would face in his F1 career. Anyway, he performed really well with some underdog performances at tracks like Monaco and Kota. Also, he almost got a podium on 2 occasions. Also, he managed to get 49 points during the season, whilst his much older teammate Carlos Sainz only managed 18. Also, he set multiple records that year, like youngest GP starter and youngest point scorer in F1. 2016 was a big year for Max. After only 4 races he decided to steal Daniel Kvyat's seat and never give it back. For now it was only his Red Bull seat. Anyway, Max had an absolute dream debut for Red Bull by winning his first race, setting 3 records in the process. Youngest race winner, youngest race leader and youngest podium scorer. For the rest of the season he scored an additional 6 podiums and was able to give his much more experienced teammate Daniel Ricciardo a run for his money. Another thing worth mentioning was his incredible drive at that year's Brazilian GP, in which he went from almost last to P3 in super heavy rain, setting another record in the process. He was now also the youngest ever driver to set a fastest lap. From now on the quality of the mods will improve, because we are now switching to Race Sim Studios Formula Hybrid mods. 2017 and 2018 can basically be put together for Max, since they were very similar seasons for him. A few wins, a lot of bad luck, some teammate collisions and a few more controversies. Also, people now started to really criticize his aggressive driving style, something of which I am certain he picked up during his time racing in the Dutch Karting Championships, since every driver in my class is either just as aggressive as Max or worse. Check the top right hand corner to see what I'm talking about. Anyways, he started to become more mature as a driver at the end of 2018, Red Bull were also getting tired of the unreliable and slow Renault engine, so they opted to switch to Honda for the following season. Also, for some reason, they decided they were done with Daniel Ricciardo and let him go off to Renault. So the 2019 and 2020 seasons can pretty much be put together again. I like to call this period the teammate domination period, since he completely destroyed every teammate he had. A few things were pretty awesome though. By winning the 2019 Austrian GP, he gave Honda their first victory again since Jenson Button won the Hungarian Grand Prix in 2006. Anyway, Max won a few more races over these 2 years, but sadly couldn't keep up with the ultra-dominant Mercedes cars. By the way, the 2019 and 2020 cars also sounded absolutely amazing, and these mods recreate the sounds pretty accurately. Listen to this. Furthermore, Max decided to bully poor Daniel Kvyat even more, by also stealing his wife and kids. Max, calm down, you absolute mad lad! In 2021, things started turning around for Max. No longer was he stuck with the second or third fastest car on the grid, but he now had a car that was nearly equal in performance to the Mercedes. Red Bull also decided to ditch Alex Albon for Checo Perez, which was a really good idea. Max, Checo and Red Bull could now compete for both titles, and compete they did. After one of the best F1 seasons in the history of the sport, filled with emotions, rivalries, unexpected winners and again, controversies, Max eventually became drivers' champion, and so ending the domination of Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. Red Bull just missed out on the Constructors' Championship, but the fact that the Silver Arrows didn't win the Constructors with like a bazillion races to spare is a welcome change to F1. Okay guys, so that was it for this speedrun video. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving the video a like, leaving a comment or subscribing. There will be 2 other videos on screen right now that you might enjoy, but for now, that was it. Peace.